wanted to push, prod, and poke at something they didn't understand. They wanted to unleash what they couldn't control. Well, they've got it now. I hope they're proud of what they've created, because the monster is awake, and it's hungry. They think they're clever, don't they? Whispering behind closed doors, scheming in the shadows, thinking their little plots can hold me down. They think I didn't notice when they started building their walls, stacking them higher and higher, hoping to trap me in their maze of lies. They thought the chains they wrapped around me would hold. Idiots. Did they think I wouldn't feel the weight? Did they think I wouldn't hear the snap when everything inside me broke? No. They thought I'd crumble. They thought I'd kneel. That I'd beg. That I'd whimper like some wounded dog. But they don't know me, do they? No, they don't. See, I'm not like them. I don't play nice. I don't sit at their table, hoping for scraps. I don't bend for approval, or twist myself to fit their mold. I never did, and that's why they hated me. They saw the fire in my eyes, and tried to drown it with their pathetic rules, their cowardly games, their fragile egos. But fire doesn't drown. Fire burns. They wanted a monster. Fine. I'll show them what a monster really looks like. I'll drag them to the edge of their world and make them watch as I tear it apart. Brick by brick, bone by bone. Every wall they built to contain me will crumble. Every weapon they aimed at me will shatter. They thought I was weak. That's their first mistake. They thought I'd stay down. That's their second. But their biggest mistake was leaving me alive. Because now, I've got nothing to lose. They think they've won. They sit there, smug, patting themselves on the back, pretending the story's over. But this isn't the end. This is the beginning. They wrote their script, and I'm here to rip it to shreds. Oh, they'll regret it. Every single one of them. They'll regret every smirk, every sneer, every word they spat in my direction. They'll regret the day they decided to cross me, because I'm not just coming back. I'm coming back stronger, sharper, hungrier, and I won't stop. Not until they see me on the summit they swore I'd never reach. Not until they choke on the sight of my rise. Not until every single one of them feels what it's like to be crushed under the weight of their own arrogance. You see, they think they own this world. They think it bends to their will, that their whispers shape its destiny. But I'll show them the truth. This world doesn't belong to the weak. It doesn't belong to the cowards who hide in shadows and play games with people's lives. No, this world belongs to the relentless, to the unbreakable, to those who refuse to back down, who spit in the face of fear, who carve their own path with bloodied hands if they have to. That's who I am, and I'll make them see it. Oh, they'll see it. They'll see it in the ashes of their dreams, in the ruins of their empires, in the shattered pieces of everything they thought they'd built. They'll see it when I stand over them, looking down as they tremble, as they beg, as they finally understand who they've been dealing with. Because they think they're the hunters, but they're wrong. I'm the predator here, and I don't stop. I don't slow down. I don't break. They'll wish they never crossed me. They'll wish they never tried to snuff out my fire. But wishes are for the weak, for the desperate, for the fools who thought they could control what they unleashed. This is the price they pay for their arrogance. I'll make them feel it. Every ounce of pain they tried to bury me under, I'll return it 1,000-fold. Every wound they inflicted, I'll carve deeper into their souls. Every scar they left on me will become a weapon I use to destroy them. They'll hear my name and shiver. They'll see my shadow and freeze. They'll feel my presence and know their time is up. Because I am relentless. I am unstoppable. I am everything they feared and more. They thought they could break me. They didn't realize I was already broken. And that's what makes me dangerous. I've seen the bottom. I've lived it. And now, I'm climbing. With nothing to lose, and everything to gain. Every step I take is a step closer to their downfall. Every move I make is a move they can't predict, can't counter, can't stop. I'm not just coming back. I'm coming back with a vengeance. And when I reach the top, they'll see me for what I am. Not the victim they thought they could control. Not the puppet they thought they could manipulate. No. They'll see the monster they created. They'll see the fire in my eyes, the fury in my soul, the unyielding force they can't contain. They wanted to play games. They wanted to test their limits. Well, now they'll see the cost. The world wanted a monster, and I became one. Now let's see if they're ready to face what they've unleashed. They thought they had all the time in the world. They thought their castles of deceit were untouchable. Sitting on their thrones, built from lies, manipulating the pieces on their little chessboard. But what they didn't understand is that I don't play their games. See, While they were busy laughing, counting their imaginary victories, I was sharpening my claws in the dark. While they whispered their plans, I carved mine into the stone of inevitability. Every insult, every slight, every betrayal, it all fueled me. They thought they were breaking me, but all they did was make me sharper, harder, and colder. They've forgotten something about monsters. Monsters don't follow rules. Monsters don't stop at the line society draws. Monsters aren't bound by their fragile morals or their scripted reality. I'll remind them. When I return, they'll see a force they can't comprehend. They'll see someone who doesn't care about their fragile egos, their fake alliances, their hollow victories. They'll see someone who doesn't flinch, doesn't hesitate, and doesn't stop until every one of them is broken. Oh, they'll fight back. They'll throw everything they have at me. But here's the thing. I've already fought battles they can't even imagine. I've stared into the abyss and dragged myself out of it with my bare hands. Their attempts, they're laughable, pathetic. They don't know what it's like to lose everything and still rise. They don't know what it's like to stand in the fire and become it. But they're about to learn. I don't just aim to win. I aim to devastate, to uproot their foundations, to destroy everything they hold dear. When I'm done, they won't even have the pieces to rebuild. They'll try to label me monster, villain, destroyer. I don't care what they call me. Let them name their nightmares after me. Let them use my name as a warning to the next fool who thinks they can cross me. Because this isn't about revenge. No, it's deeper than that. This is about reclaiming what's mine. It's about showing the world and them that you don't get to decide my fate. You don't get to dictate my story. They think they've seen the worst of me. They've only seen the calm before the storm. What's coming next is relentless, unforgiving. I'll rip through their defenses like paper. I'll tear apart their lies with the same precision they tried to use against me. I'll make them taste the fear they once thought I'd drown in. And when they're on their knees, gasping, begging for mercy, I'll remind them, this is what they asked for. This is what they created. Because they didn't just poke the beast. They fed it. They nurtured it with their hate, their envy, their betrayal. And now, the beast isn't just awake. It's hungry. Hungry for their pride, for their illusions of control, for every ounce of power they think they hold. I'll take it all, not because I need it, not because I crave it, but because it's the only way they'll learn, the only way they'll understand. understand the cost of their arrogance. They'll watch as I dismantle their empires, as I turn their allies into ghosts, their plans into dust. They'll see the fire they thought they extinguished consume everything they hold dear. And then they'll see me standing at the top, not because I wanted their throne, not because I care about their hollow victories, but because I promised myself one thing, that I'd rise, no matter what it took, that I'd become everything they swore I couldn't. They'll hear my voice in their nightmares. They'll feel my shadow in every corner. They'll know, deep in their souls, that they unleashed a force they could never control. And they'll have no one to blame but themselves, because they wanted a monster. So I became one. And now, there's no stopping me. Let them watch. Let them tremble. Let them cling to the last remnants of their false power. It won't save them, because I don't stop. I don't falter. I don't lose. I am the darkness they feared, the storm they thought they could escape, the reckoning they never saw coming. And I'm here to take it all. They'll never see it coming. They're too drunk on their illusions, too blind to the reality that's about to crash down on them. Let them keep pretending they've won, clinging to their fragile web of lies. It won't matter soon. None of it will. Because I'm not just returning to settle a score. No, this isn't about getting even. Getting even is for the weak, for those who still care about balance, fairness, justice. That's not me anymore. I don't care about justice. I care about making them feel everything they tried to bury me under, multiplied by 1,000. They'll learn that there's no fairness in the world they tried to create. They'll learn what happens when the one they underestimated rises from the ashes. Because I didn't just survive their games. I thrived in the chaos they left me in. I fed on it. I let it reshape me, forge me into something stronger, darker, and far more dangerous. And now, they've got a reckoning coming their way. I'll start where they least expect it. Not with loud declarations or flashy shows of power. No, that's their game. I work in the shadows now, where their eyes can't reach, where their defenses mean nothing. I'll strike where they're weakest, where they think they're safe. And when they finally notice, it'll already be too late. They'll hear whispers of me before they see me. They'll feel the chill in the air, the weight of inevitability pressing down on their chests. They'll try to dismiss it, convince themselves it's nothing. But deep down, they'll know. They'll know I'm coming. destruction. A storm with a purpose. With rage sharpened into a blade that cuts deeper than they ever thought possible. They think they can hide behind their walls, their allies, their stolen power. But walls crumble, allies fall, power shifts, and I'll be there to make sure they lose it all. I'll take their illusions and shatter them. I'll strip away every ounce of security they built around themselves. They'll watch as their world collapses, piece by piece, knowing there's nothing they can do to stop it. Because this isn't just revenge. It's a reckoning. A reckoning for every time they pushed me down and laughed as I struggled to rise. A reckoning for every time they thought they'd won, only to find out they'd underestimated the fire burning inside me. They'll regret it all. Every word, every action, every scheme they used against me. They'll regret the day they decided I wasn't worth fearing. Because fear is the only thing they'll feel when I'm done. They'll beg for mercy, but mercy doesn't live here anymore. Mercy died the day they crossed the line. The day they turned me into what I am now. The day they thought they could control the uncontrollable. And I'll remind them of that with every step I take, with every blow I land, with every empire I burn to the ground. They'll know that this is their doing, their mistake, their failure. They'll see me standing over them, unbroken, unstoppable, and unapologetic. And they'll finally understand that they never had control. Not over me, not over my fate, not over anything. Because I've become more than they ever imagined. More than they could ever hope to defeat. I am their reckoning. I am their storm. I am the monster they created. And now, I'm the monster they can't escape. They'll feel the weight of my rise in every breath they take, every shadow they see, every corner they turn. And they'll know that this is what happens when you push someone too far. When you try to break what can't be broken. When you turn fire into an inferno. The world wanted a monster. And now, it has one. So let them run. Let them scheme. Let them think they have time to prepare. It won't save them. Because I'm already here. And when they finally see me standing before them, they'll understand there's no escaping what's coming. They'll see the truth etched into every scar I carry, every step I take. I'm not here to negotiate. I'm not here to forgive. I'm here to end what they started. They'll try to fight. Of course they will. It's all they know. Clawing and scratching like rats in a corner. desperate to hold on to their pathetic scraps of power. But their fight will be futile. Every punch they throw will hit the unyielding steel of my will. Every trap they set will collapse under the weight of their own cowardice. Every scream they let out will echo in the void I've become. Because I'm not playing their game anymore. This isn't chess. This isn't a calculated war of moves and counter-moves. This is a storm, a flood, an avalanche that they can't predict, can't stop, and can't survive. They'll watch as everything they build crumbles. Their alliances will fracture, their plans will unravel, and their foundations will split beneath their feet. And I'll be there, standing amidst the chaos, untouched, unstoppable, and unrelenting. They thought they were clever, didn't they? Thought their whispers, their conspiracies, their cowardly tactics would be enough to keep me down. But they forgot something crucial. I thrive in the darkness they tried to bury me in. I grew stronger with every attempt they made to destroy me. They thought they were digging my grave, but all they did was plant the seed of their own downfall. And now, that seed has grown. It's towering above them, casting a shadow so vast they can't escape it. They can run, they can hide, they can beg, but it won't change what's coming. Because this isn't about vengeance anymore. Vengeance is too small, too fleeting. No, this is about something far bigger. It's about showing them that they don't control me, that they never did, that they never will. I'll take everything they hold dear and turn it into ashes. Their false sense of security, gone. Their carefully crafted lies, exposed. Their stolen power, torn from their hands and ground into dust. And when they look into my eyes, they won't see the person they thought they knew. They'll see something far darker, far stronger, far more relentless. They'll see the fire they couldn't extinguish, the storm they couldn't weather, the monster they created. And they'll know, deep down in the pits of their souls, that this is their fault. That every step I take towards their ruin is a step they paved with their arrogance, their hatred, their betrayal. They'll feel it in their bones, in their blood, in their very breath. The weight of what they've unleashed, the inescapable truth that they've lost, that they never stood a chance. And I'll make sure they remember, every single one of them. I'll carve it into their memories, into their nightmares, into the ruins of their empires. This isn't just a battle, it's a reckoning. And I am doesn't tire, doesn't hesitate, doesn't feel pity or remorse. A monster that doesn't stop until the job is done, until the last shred of their illusions has been torn away, until the last ounce of their power has been crushed under my heel. They thought they knew me. They thought they could control me, defeat me, erase me. But now they'll see the truth. I'm not just the fire they tried to extinguish. I'm the inferno that will consume them. I'm not just the darkness they tried to escape. I'm the abyss that will swallow them whole. I'm not just the monster they feared. I'm the nightmare they'll never wake up from. And when I reached the summit, they swore I'd never touch. I won't look down on them with pity or forgiveness. I'll look down with the cold, unyielding gaze of someone who has nothing left to lose and everything to take. Because this isn't their story anymore. It's mine. And I'm writing it in fire, blood, and the echoes of their screams. The world wanted a monster, so I became one. And now, there's no turning back. Let them watch. Let them tremble. Let them realize the truth too late. Their time is over. Mine has just begun.